Hey, what's up, gamers? And, well, I guess you can now officially say goodbye to the Nintendo Wii U. Wii U. Yep, you were so good to us. I mean, yeah, of course you sold poorly these past few years, and, you know, you had lackluster online multiplayer and lackluster third-party support, and, well, pretty much didn't have that many games in particular released the past year or two. I mean, but that doesn't mean you didn't have a great library of games. I mean, you had plenty of great games, especially made by Nintendo, and a little bit of third-party support thrown in here too as well. And as you can tell, I reviewed plenty of great ones, so don't be surprised if the ones I reviewed end up on this list. So that's what it is. Top 10 games that I think were the best for the Nintendo Wii U, one of the most underrated Nintendo consoles of all time. Yep. So, and just to let you know, I don't have the Nintendo Switch yet, of course, since that's out, and of course since The Legend of Zelda came out, which is basically the transition between this console and that console. So, anyway, let's get to it, starting with number 10. Zombie U. Yep. Yeah, of course, I already reviewed this game, and I know I'm going to sound like a broken record with this, and, well, I enjoyed this one. It was, I know, it seems a little generic, and I know there's plenty of zombie-killing games out there, and this one, well, okay, it's not quite as good as Resident Evil 4 or Last of Us Remastered, per se. I mean, those games were masterpieces, so I was a little iffy on playing this one at first, but as you can tell, I enjoyed it for what it was. Again, it might seem a little generic, you know, that it's in a first-person view, and takes place in London, and, of course, you come out of a bunker, and it is a little annoying every time you die. You have to start back at the bunker as a different person, and any of your weapons and your progress pretty much gets lost, and you have to basically get it all back. You know, and the fact that you get a freaking cricket paddle as a weapon, being that you're in England, and they love their cricket, and yeah, you do get more weapons like guns and explosives later on in the game, and of course, this is one of those games that whatever is on TV is, well, not on the gamepad. You know, whatever's on the gamepad is different. Basically, what's on the gamepad is the, you know, map screen and weapons and item inventory screen, and it works pretty good, and occasionally the map will conk out, you know, if you come across, like, you know, power EMPs or whatever, and killing zombies is pretty fun in this game as well. So, yeah, I give it a shot. It's made, of course, by Ubisoft. Yeah, surprisingly, we got a little third-party support, as I said, with the Wii U, even though it's despite its lackluster third-party support. But Ubisoft is pretty much the only piece of life they'll have for that. And, well, I'd say it's definitely better than a 4.5. Yeah, I mean, come on, GameSpot. You really can't enjoy a good generic zombie-killing game? What's the matter? Yeah, definitely check it out. It's definitely a lot better than that, but as I said, not as good as, like, say, Last of Us Remastered or something like that. So, definitely worth it. Number 9. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Yep, another one that I reviewed, and, well, a pretty good sequel to, of course, Donkey Kong Country Returns, which was on the Wii, and, yeah, you know, it's a typical traditional side-scrolling, or 2D with 3D visuals, or in other words, 2.5D, you know. Great 3D visuals, by the way, and it looks amazing. I mean, you can even go into the background in some levels, and of course, as you guessed, you get Donkey Kong returning with Diddy Kong with the jetpack, and you even get two-player option in this as well. The TV off mode is, well, optional. If you have to choose whether you want it only on the gamepad or on the TV, you can't have it both like some other games that I'll probably mention on this list, but yeah, the graphics and visuals look great. Of course, the story is, with this time, evil penguins trying to freeze up the tropical island. Yep, a typical Frozen-like scenario, and, well, not about letting it go on this one. Yep, it's all about fighting those evil penguins and making your way through obstacles and challenging levels with terrific visuals and music, and not only you get Diddy Kong in this, you also get Dixie Kong as a playable sidekick character. And also, you even get Cranky Kong. That old cranky old hermit finally comes out of the cabin and does something other than just sitting around for once. And yeah, you could argue he's more or less a Scrooge McDuck ripoff with the fact that he helps you hop on top of enemies with his cane and on top of spikes and so forth. But hey, at least he's useful this time around. And yeah, you could argue with the whole swimming underwater, keeping track of how much oxygen you're losing and getting the bubbles, that's pretty much copying Sonic the Hedgehog. But hey, it works. And, well, unlike Donkey Kong Country Returns, This game doesn't have the super guide for those really super challenging levels that you get frustrated with. Yes, you get the rocket levels that you can't hit anything, but if you get frustrated, you can collect coins and help, make things a little easier by, being able to take at least one hit on the rocket levels, get more hearts, and so forth. So, yeah, you can ease the challenge a little bit, but I think that's kind of fair because, you want to be able to beat this game and beat all these hard as hell levels and boss fights without, throwing in the idea of beating a level, without any self-accomplishment. I mean, isn't that the whole point of beating a hard as hell game? And I think this game has the right amount of challenge. It's definitely better than a 6 out of 10. Again, GameSpot. I don't understand your ratings on these games, but trust me, this game is good enough to give a good pounding on your chest of excitement right there. Yeah, it's just as cool as ever. Number 8. Splatoon. Yep, another game I reviewed, and yep, I enjoyed the hell out of this one. And this one, I have to say, when I first heard about it, it looked weird as ever. I mean, the level designs were all strange and random. You had freaking teapot pots that you pop out of to get to levels, and all about spray painting. I mean, it sounded like such a gimmicky concept, and it really more looked like Nintendo's, belated answer back to Call of Duty, being that, yeah, they did have Call of Duty on some of the Nintendo consoles, but who the hell would play it on Nintendo? I mean, you want to play it on PlayStation and Xbox, so this game, it tried to be all rad and macho, being that it's at skate parks and all that stuff. They had all different types of clothes, and yeah, I agree, it looked weird, but to tell you the truth, it was actually pretty fun and really enjoyable. They had all the colors, and yeah, the colors are a little wacky, and it's all about spray painting and turning into a squid. Yeah, I guess because, squids or I thought it was octopuses that spray ink. Yeah. But the level designs and challenges and problem solving is all there, and it's really enjoyable. And I like the one-player mode and upgrading your weapons and abilities and so forth, and there's a lot to think about in the game to get past different boss fights, and yeah, it can be challenging. And, of course, yeah, what's even better is the online multiplayer. Yeah, really. A Nintendo game, aside from Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, that actually has online. Yep, this game didn't fail at all with it. I'd say it's even better than Call of Duty. It's similar, in fact. Yeah, you get different weapons, you get spray guns, that spray paint. It's all about spray painting, the most out of the whole turf. Yep, basically a turf war. You get different clothes and different hats and shoes that all give different abilities and, different advantages over other players. So you want to, rank up that different ability and get more and more of them, as well as different weapons. Like you get spray paint cans, and you get, of course, ones that create funnels and paint bombs and paint cyclones, all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, it's just chaotic as ever, but it's a lot of fun. I liked it. All about ranking up and, beating the hell out of one team or another. Yeah, you get, of course, different types of online modes as well when you rank yourself up further, but hey, that's just half the fun right there. So all I could say is, it's pretty awesome. Number 7, Mario 3D World. Yeah, you probably knew this one was coming, and yep, again, I already reviewed this one. I'm sounding like a broken record, and this one, unlike the past couple of games, which I probably should have mentioned with Splatoon, it has no TV off mode, but for this one, whatever's on the gamepad is on the TV at the same time, and man, there's so much color variety, the characters, the adventure, and okay, I know there's another Mario game also released that came a little bit before this one, obviously Mario Bros. U, and I'm not trying to dump on this one too much, but this one just seems more fresh and original. I mean, that one's obviously a 2D side-scroller, this one's obviously 3D. You not only get to play as Mario, but you also get to play as Luigi, Toad, and Peach. So, who are trying to rescue from King Koopa? Well, apparently these fairy things that, are captured by him in each level. And, every time you beat a castle, you rescue one. And each world is, different. In fact, each level in each world is different, I should say. Yeah, there's lots of great challenges. It starts out easy, and it's going to get to some point of where it's going to get really difficult. You got a multiplayer, just like Mario Bros. Wii and Mario Bros. U and so forth, that you can play multiplayer simultaneously at the same time, team up with another player. course, each player, like Mario Brothers 2 USA, each character has their own strength. Luigi has the jumping ability, Peach has the hovering ability, and so forth. You get the different costumes, the mushroom, the fire flower, the star, and of course, it does seem like a bit of a, copycat of Mario 3D Land from 3DS, but believe me, it takes that game and multiplies it by infinity. I mean, yeah, same idea, sliding down the flagpole, stopping King Koopa, and instead of collecting the coins, of course, you do have to collect the green stars, which can be annoying, but you need a certain amount of them to progress further and further on in the game. And not only you get the Tanuki Leaf, and of course that invincibility Tanuki suit after dying several times, which you can consider cheating, but I don't think it's completely, helps you get through enemies, but honestly, when it comes to games, levels that you have to avoid falling down the pits or, falling in the lava, then it pretty much is useless at that point. And not only do you get those suits returning, as well as the Boomerang costume, you also get the new 2 costumes, like the Multiplying Cherry, which helps you multiply into 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how many you come across. And you can lose, of course, your clones. And it helps you, of course, get the green stars, as I should probably explain. That's the most important thing. As well as the cat costume, yeah. And you're probably wondering, what usage does that have? Well, it helps you climb up walls, the flagpoles to the very top to get the 1-up, as well as swat at enemies. And yes, even meow at the end of each level if you still have a costume, so yeah, a little iffy on that, but I think the levels are all great, the boss fights are great, it has great soundtrack, great music, and it's just a really fun time. I guess you can call it the perfect Mario adventure game. Yeah, pun intended right there. Number 6. Rayman Legends. Okay, well, another Ubisoft game. Yeah, more third-party support for the Wii U, right? Well, okay, I was never really much of a fan of the Rayman series to begin with, but after playing the demo of this game, and then, of course, I had to purchase this one, man, I was amazed by how much fun it was. I ain't got much to say. There's great challenging levels, and I know it's a little cutesy at some parts, but I really enjoyed it. And I should probably say it is compatible with TV off mode, but much more like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, you have to choose whether you want to play it on the gamepad or the TV, so you gotta choose one or the other. But man, these levels, these challenges, it's just so addicting. Soundtrack's great, colors are great, and I know I'm going on and on, but just play it. It's very cheap at this point. It's probably no more than like $20 at this rate, but all I could say is, Rayman Legends is surely a legend. Number 5, Mario Kart 8. Yeah, another entry into the Mario Racing series, and I should have mentioned I'm going to try to go one per franchise, which I have been pretty fair with most of these games, and, well, I think you can excuse this one. This is not a Mario Adventure game, it's a Mario Racing game, and all I could say is, wow, it is superb. It introduces a lot of new elements, as well as bringing back a lot of old ones that you're familiar with, a lot of the familiar race courses, characters, elements, and as well as some new stuff introduced, like being able to drive on the side, upside down. I mean, you got the bikes, as well as the karts returning. You got the coins from Mario Kart 7. Yeah, of course, this is when they're starting to number these games instead of naming them after the console that they're for, or, putting a subtitle in it, like Super Circuit or Double Dash, whatever. Yeah, it's just one, character, not double like in Double Dash. And yeah, there's tons of characters to choose from. You've got, of course, the 7 Koopa kids this time around, as well as the Mii character, collecting coins, and of course you got the parachuting, ability, as well as being able to drive underwater. The Lackitude helps bring you up way faster than the previous installments, as well as that ability, the power boxes being able to carry 7 items at the same time. I mean, God, couldn't be any more awesome than that. The race courses are great. You got some new ones added in there, like from Mario Galaxy. Of course, you got Rosalina returning as a playable character. There's a bunch of other ones, as I said before. It's just really great. Of course, I should have mentioned, just like Mario 3D World, whatever's on the gamepad is exactly on the TV. There's a lot to do. There's plenty of multiplayer, local multiplayer that is, as well as online multiplayer, which I think is probably the best one yet. Well, unfortunately, the only online multiplayer you'll get until the deluxe edition of this game comes out for the Switch, because, of course, the original Wii and DS shut down their online multiplayer. So, yep, it's really great, and you can leave messages, well, whatever words they have on there. I guess they don't want you swearing or anything like that. And you can be able to locate, depending on if you choose regional or around the world, to play players, against from around the world. They show you the exact location of where each player is that you're playing against, which is really cool. All the level designs are great. I like the one with all the candy and sugar. It reminds me of that, game from Wreck-It Ralph, the Sugar Rush, which is really cool. It's really great. The only major flaw I would say with this game is the balloon battle. I would have put this game higher up on the list if it wasn't for that, but the problem is the balloon battle, instead of being in a traditional boxed-in area, they put you on a regular race course, which is boring, and there's no tracker thing to track the other players, so you'll find yourself aimlessly trying to find the other player, because that's the whole fun of it. You're supposed to know where the other player is on the map. I mean, what fun is that, right? So, yeah, that's the only major flaw I would say with this game. Other than that, it's a great time. There's plenty of great DLC with it as well. Of course, you have to pay extra for it. It came in either packs or you can buy it individually. New Mario characters like, of course, Cat Peach from Mario 3D World, Tanuki Mario, and other stages that were brought back from previous Mario games. I'm not really for that. I really think they should have included it, like Yoshi Falls and so forth. They got new ones like, of course, the Toad Express level where you're on the subway level, with the subway trains. And of course, they even got characters in levels from games that are not Mario, but of course are Nintendo licensed, like Animal Crossing character and level, Link, from Legend of Zelda, as well as the Hyrule Castle. Coins are obviously swapped for rubies, as well as F-Zero stages, like Big Blue, which is probably my favorite, and another one, I forgot what the name of it is. And yeah, instead of coins, it's obviously the thing to repair your damaged vehicle, which was in that game, but in this game, obviously, you don't damage your vehicle, you just get the coins with that. But it sounds and looks great. It's really awesome. And yeah, there's plenty to do in this game. It's hours and hours of endless fun. I definitely recommend it. And if it wasn't for the balloon battle, I would say it's an A+ game, but I would say it's around an A to an A-. So, but just another reason to own the Wii U. Great exclusive. Number 4, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Okay, you were probably waiting for this one, weren't you?